it is a necessity, if we have to live as in history, you need to produce your stories, right? And if you don't produce your stories, nobody is going to do that for you. Now, the kind of stories I want to write, I may not get a publisher for 10 years. So that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit there and wait for the publisher, right? So that was the one thing. And also because I have seen, like when I was studying literature, so I took up one course in English literature, and then I read, all these Savarna writers, like hailed by the world, big writers, big critics, there are so many, praises they used to get on their covers in discussion, and they used to be intellectual, so-called intellectuals. If you remember the world in which we lived 10 years ago, like, only Savarna writers were the intellectual, right? I mean, they were called for discussion on, even on the caste. Now, why it is happening now, like even today, like why it is happening, why I'm called, like, why? Because I have a platform to speak my thoughts the way, uncensored, okay? So that censorship, I don't want that. Representation given, I don't want. I can represent myself, and I will do that. That is another thing. Censorship is something like which should not be there, because my stories are not something according to the Savarna taste. So this publisher may not find it useful, like, this is the Brahminical capitalist system. So either it should be a Brahminical story, so that it can be sold out, or it should be a story which is interesting, which should have a sellability. No, my stories have none, right? Neither it is Brahminical nor it is like, according to the popular taste or aesthetics. So what would I do? Should I not write? I should write, and I will. But when it comes to, like, you write, that is one thing. How you are going to bring out that in front of the world, that's a pragmatic question. And then I thought about it, and I thought, there is no other option other than publishing our own text. So with that vision, I, started Panthers for publication in 2016. And yeah, I mean, that's a one motive behind starting it. And I mean, I can now, it's a kind of a freedom, right? You are not dependent. So once that dependency mode has gone, you understand what freedom is, and with the freedom it comes responsibility. So it is Panthers Paw is about, providing platform to, Dalit Bahujan writers, women writers, so that the voices which are not heard can, given a platform. So, I mean, that's a objective of it. So we are slowly moving, slowly going on the path we decided. So earlier, not many people know about it, but slowly people started to recognize it. And a lot of people also offer volunteer help, like, in terms of editing or designing, or, finding platforms to distribute books and all. So it's a kind of a movement, like, even I always mention that Panthers Paw is not a publication, it's a movement. It's a movement, it's a literary aspect of the movement, larger Dalit anti-caste movement. So I mean, those who identify themselves as anti-caste consciously are part of it.